This is a story that broke last week, but I think it's absolutely absurd, and it kind of just encapsulates everything that this modern day Republican Party fringe conservative movement tends to believe. So the RNC has announced that racism and sexism have ended, and maybe they had something to do with it. Here you go. The National Republicans deftly demonstrated how they can appeal to both women and blacks in one fell swoop. They started offering lessons to candidates on how to not say offensive things around women, especially when they're running against one. As Todd legitimate rape Akin obviously did. We all remember that. Clearly there's a steep learning curve for these members of Congress and these Republican candidates. Emergency reinforcements may be needed. Over the weekend, the RNC declared that racism is over in a tweet marking the anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott, celebrating Rosa Parks' famous act of civil disobedience. This is what the tweet said. Today we remember Rosa Parks' bold stand and her role in ending racism. I was not aware that racism is ended. I missed the memo. So hilarious tweets ensued under the hashtag racism ended when. Some of them included when Mr. Drummond adopted Arnold and Willis, when Bill Clinton played sax on Arsenio Hall, and when the Fresh Prince moved to Bel-Air. I think that's all in good fun. But the fact of the matter is this Republican Party is so clueless. Clearly, there is still racism going on in our country. As long as a KKK is still existing, we still have a problem with racism. It's not over. Just because our president is black does not mean anything. It's good, but it doesn't mean racism's over. So, after the backlash and realizing their mistake, or Freudian slip, I would probably argue, the RNC amended their tweet and clarified it, saying that Rosa Parks fought to end racism. She didn't end it. She fought to end it. But let's face it, they really think that racism ended. There's no way around it. We've got a black president, and the Supreme Court itself ruled that there's no need for a Voting Rights Act anymore. That ought to settle it for them, right? Absolutely not. Now, here's my final point. Does anyone wonder why 90% of black America votes for anyone who's not the GOP? Answer that question for me.